line up. 2 horses behind her, just about to turn round into vision. That is number 4, Santa Florentina. Grace McEntee for Phil McEntee. Only limited promise for Joseph O'Brien, and that's been the case in switching to Phil as well. And she ran a great race in the novice on stable debut, but couldn't kick on from that. But it's always folly to discount Phil McEntee horses. Of course, he does so well here, getting his most winners at Chelmsford so far. That's number 4. Behind number 4 is number 9. That's Eagles Dare, another one who's going to need to really kick into gear to have an impact in this race. George Bass's only ride on the card, claiming 3 for Dennis Coakley. He's likely going to need the run, returning to the track 197 days off. Behind is number 10, that's Thunder Road, who was here a week ago. Second behind Boasty, who is only gaining his second win of his career. And it very much paid to be on the pace, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how the track's riding a week on. You would imagine being on the pace is going to help, and that would help Thunder Road if he can get a good start from stall 10. That poses a question for him, and how exactly that's going to work out is open to question. Central City is behind number 8, Gay Kellaway's representative. Bradley Furness claims the 7. It's a 7-year-old who was a course and distance winner in February last year for Ian Williams. He's winless in his last 13, though. It's a tall order on the face of it, you'd imagine, with cheek pieces on for the 7-year-old gelding Central City. Now, dropping back behind him, there's a gap, and the next horse who's going to appear is number 2. In our vision, that's Mythical Madness. Now, he's one of my favourite horses in training at this kind of level. He's 11, he's having his 103rd start this evening. 12 wins, 23 placed efforts along the way. He's notched his 11th and 12th wins within a week at Epsom last year. Both occasions coming fast and late under Sean Curran. The main question with him is the run style and how that's going to translate here today. He likes to come fast and late, he likes a good pace to aim at, and while he might get a good pace to aim at, it was not paying to be a closer last week. So that could be a possible stumbling block for Mythical Madness. Mark Wynne claiming the 7 for the bang-informed Dave O'Mara, who had a couple of nice winners up at Redcar and Hortzadar, going oh so close to making it a treble as well. Looking around to who else we see, a few of them are rugged up. Not the case with Big Little Lie, who if we spin around at 180 is just behind number 1. We're looking at number 3, Big Little Lie. 4-year-old filly, Safi Osborne, riding for Father Jamie. She's the most unexposed in the field so far. She returns after 290 days off the track. She broke a maiden at the 4th attempt over a mile at Brighton last year on her handicap debut. Then she ran a respectable race, went up to a mile and 2 a month later at Chepstow. Now that form is mixed, as the low-grade nature of a 3-year-old 0 to 60 would suggest it could be. But that being said, she does have scope for improvement. It is just a little bit off-putting. She isn't a bit better found in the market, and it looks like the market is suggesting she indeed will need this going forward. Just about to head out of the paddock down the chute is number 5, another interesting contender. That's the Bay Warrior, who's won from 14. That win came here over course and distance last April, hacked up by 7.5 lengths, racing from the front. And if he was to manage to get a good forward position again today, given the way the track was playing last week, that could pay dividends as well. One more horse to bring you, who's just behind number 9 by the looks of it. That is one of the favourites in here, Mass Cool. Laura Pearson, you can see in the red and black silks, just about to get the leg up for James Evans, who was a winner over a mile at Southwell on New Year's Day. But based on his SPs, he's just been a little bit disappointing. He's been beaten at 16-5 favourite, 11-4 favourite, 6-1 and 5-2 joint favourite. But his last start at Kempton was promising, considering he shouldn't want a lick of a mile and 3. However, he was staying on all the way to the line. He'll appreciate the drop back to 10 furlongs, you would imagine. He's up a pound to 57. But hold-up tactics, once again, could be a worry given the way the track was playing. So those are the key contenders here. The One Night of Queen, 2nd of June Apprentice Handicap, 0 to 60 over 10 furlongs. The first of 7 races here at Chelmsford City this evening. Runners are making their way down to the start for our opening race, the One Night of Queen's 2nd of June Apprentice Handicap. We saw plenty of the key protagonists in the paddock just as they start to make their way towards the starting stalls, and it's a really interesting market with, at the moment, it's split between three ways. Sammy Sunshine looking for the hat-trick, Oisin McSweeney claiming the 3 for Rebecca Menzies. The Bay Warrior looking for a second win of his career and badly in need of one. And Mass Cool as well, looking to get back on the score sheet. Laura Pearson up in the plate for James Evans. Now, Mass Cool ran a really creditable race last time, over a mile in 3 at Kempton, and wouldn't have necessarily, on breeding, have wanted any part of a mile in 3. However, he has always put his best work in late over a mile. A mile and 2 should be fine, and the market has him very well found, now into about the 7-2 mark. I guess it comes down to a question of, do you think Sammy Sunshine will carry on her progression going forward? And she's shown herself as a versatile enough filly so far. It was an impressive win, a last gasp win at Kempton, over a mile in 3. And then she followed up when beating Boasty. Now, Boasty took the opener here, as we were noting in the paddock, this time last week, in a pretty weak affair where it very much paid to be on the pace. And I think it'll be really interesting to see whether Sammy Sunshine will be going forward from stall 4 under Oisin McSweeney. There's a few pace angles in here. Sammy Sunshine, as we say, from stall 4 is perfectly happy making the running. Wouldn't be a surprise to see Pips Tune, the Bay Warrior, or Thunder Road up there either. Now, Pips Tune isn't a horse that we managed to see in the paddock. Callum Hutchinson claiming the 3 for John O'Shea. Now, he'd been in fine form recently. 2 wins here over a mile in January and February. Then ran well in defeat when second up to a mile and 2 at Doncaster Lincoln meeting last month. And he didn't really enjoy a charmed route through, it has to be said. So under the circumstances, it was no bad thing, him coming second, just 3.5 lengths off the pace from What's the Wi-Fi Code, Tony Call's runner. Now, if he can translate that form back onto a surface which he goes well on, his chance is as clear as any to see. And Callum claiming 3 on him as well. He's a really interesting contender. As we see the market, 4-1 co-favourites of 4. This is about as open as it gets, probably the most open race on the card, and plenty can be given chances thereafter as well. We noticed Thunder Road, he was here last week, went behind Boasty, and very much paid to be on the pace there. I wonder if that's going to be the case again today, that a few of them are making their comebacks, the likes of Big Little Lie. You'd like to have seen more support for the 4-year-old filly. Eagles Dare, also on the comeback trail, 197 days off. Mythical Madness, only 19 days since his last run. However, the hold-up nature of his best performances does make me believe that he may just appreciate, being on a surface that doesn't necessarily play against those hold-up horses. We are guessing, but the way the track was riding last week, it was nigh on impossible to be getting involved if you were held up last and come through for a late run. It was generally the horses who were handy, or the horses who were unhassled on the lead, who were able to make the biggest impact. It was only the 103 rated Harrow, in fact, in the Road to the Kentucky Derby Cardinal Condition Stakes, who's rated 103 and is clearly a very talented horse that was able to make any impact whatsoever. So this is a really difficult race to try and solve. I thought Sammy Sunshine could be value for the hat-trick. She's only up a few pounds for her last win. She probably has a little bit more in the tank as well, with Boasty advertising the claims this time last week. She's going in. Final 4 are out the back. The likes of Mass Cool, the likes of Pips Tune and Thunder Road will be third last in. We can head up now to say a very good evening to Anthony Ennis in the commentary box, who will be calling the first of 7 races.
Thanks very much. Yeah, good evening. Last one about to come in. As you say, very, very blustery here tonight. Last one coming in then is Mythical Madness to stall 3, and then we'll be set. And they're off. A bit slow to go was Thunder Road from the wide draw. Rather missed the kick for this One Night of Queen here on the 2nd of June Apprentice Handicap. Towards the inside from stall 1, Pips Tune broke alertly and is one of the first to show, in company with the Bay Warrior in the blue and yellow diamonds. Out wide, a Santa Florentina as well, with the white faces prominent. These 3 race on. Further back in the field to find Mythical Madness, is going to race in 4th place. And then comes Sammy Sunshine on the inside of Central City. Further back is Eagles Dare as they make the turn. Then Big Little Lie in the blue colours. Towards the back is Thunder Road, who was slowly away. And also racing in rear is Mass Cool as well, another one that's being held up, one of the fancied runners in the black and orange colours as they continue their journey. And they're being led still up front by Pips Tune. Pips Tune in front in the green, leads a length clear to the Bay Warrior, who's racing in second under Reese Clutterbutt, looking for his second career success. Behind those, in third place, Mythical Madness on the inside for Mark Wynne as they race down the back straight. They're followed by Santa Florentina in yellow up on the outside in fourth. The black and orange of Sammy Sunshine is next in the field. Then the orange and white of Central City is racing just in behind those as they continue their journey towards the end of the far side. And the lead is still here with Pips Tune. Pips Tune to the Bay Warrior in second place. Behind those in third is Mythical Madness. Then on the outside, Santa Florentina with the white face. Further back to find Sammy Sunshine, the orange and black colours. That one's outside Central City in the orange and white checks. Next in the field to find Mass Call, who's trying to get a bit closer now. Black with the red stars up on the outside for Laura Pearson. Then the blue and white of Big Little Lie. Thunder Road, short of room around the turn there. Mass Call is trying to make up some ground towards the outside. Eagles Dare has come under pressure as they make the turn into the straight. The leader is still Pips Tune, has a good lead as well, a length and a half. To under pressure in second is the Bay Warrior. Far side is Mythical Madness. It's still Pips Tune in front, no doubt, for the furlong. To the outside, trying to stay on his Central City. Pips Tune hard driven now. The Bay Warrior is trying to run him down in the cheap pieces. Mythical Madness is also sticking on, but Pips Tune is very game. He's holding them at bay here. Pips Tune in front by a neck to the Bay Warrior, who's trying again. Pips Tune, I think, just to the Bay Warrior, Mythical Madness, then Central City, Mass Cool, Big Little Lie, and Thunder Road.
We know he loves Chelmsford. He was a dual mile winner here earlier in the year, and up to 10 furlongs has been no problem for Pips Tune, who has led them a merry dance here in our Open at the Apprentice Handicap, and a really good ride from Callan Hutchinson, who earmarked once again that being on the pace was the place to be. It was a difficult place to come from the back this time last week at Chelmsford. It's once again proven so, with the Bay Warrior and Pips Tune never far away from the early running, and Callum immediately taking Pips Tune out to the front. And he ran a really respectable race at Doncaster, where he just got hampered around the home turn and perhaps didn't get the rub of the green, but he very much got the rub of the green today. And there's plenty to like about this performance. He's really turned a corner and is improving at a rate of knots at the moment. He was only up a pound for coming second last time at Doncaster, but the return here has very much helped him. And it's a really respectable performance. As we were rounding the home turn, it looked like he was going to have a job on with the Bay Warrior, who we know goes very well here. This is the place, the scene of his only win of 14 tries, when he absolutely bolted up over this trip. And he was coming back for more at the line, but ultimately, in the end, Pips Tune has just managed to respond that little bit better. And there was plenty to like about the top two and their performances. Plenty to like as well about the old boy Mythical Madness, who was a lot more forward today than is usually the case. Usually more of a hold-up ride and played late and ridden for luck. You let things do him on his terms, but Mark Wynne was clearly wise to the fact that you wanted to be handy as well. And Clemmy 7, he's rode a fine race here and made every use of every inch. This is a good performance from Mythical Madness back in the field as well. Looking back to a few of the others in behind, Central City has done the best of those who are closing. That was a nice performance for him under young Bradley Furness as well, claiming 7 for Gay Kellaway, and Mass Cool staying on as well. Just found it difficult to close, as has been the case for plenty of races here at Chelmsford. It was the case for all 8 last week, where if you were off the pace, you weren't getting involved, and so it's proven again today. Sammy Sunshine just looked like a bit of an off day, to be honest. She never really looked that happy. She wasn't able to break and grab a prominent position under Oisin McSweeney, and the writing was on the wall for her a long way out. There'll be other days for her, there'll be other races for her, perhaps at other tracks. This is just in the position she was in, it wasn't going to be possible. And looking back to a few of the others, the likes of Eagles Dare, never really in it. The same was the case of Santa Florentina. Big Little Lie will come on for this run as well. And Thunder Road, while prominent last time, was not prominent today, was nearer the back, and that ultimately has told in the end as well. But it's a return to winning ways